Hi everyone, what's up? Josh here from Alternative Brewing. And it's about time I did a review on the Nuova Simonelli Musica, as this is a stunning Art Deco styled heat exchanging machine that brings with it some very cool features that make this machine simply outstanding at its price point. And with me today, we have the latest rotary pump Luxe model with the lighted trimming. And forever, Musicas have used vibratory pumps, but now you can pick up a Musica Luxe using a rotary pump. The benefits you'll discover here are a more consistent brew pressure, a quieter operating pump, and then added longevity to the machine. So I'm just going to go over the real highlights to a Musica's value, regardless of the pump or the model of choice, before we dive that little bit deeper into volumetric programming. That's right, volumetric espresso brewing. It's what you've all been asking for, and here it is in the Nuova Simonelli Musica as standard. So, like the video, subscribe to the channel, let's get into it and we'll brew some coffee. Now the Musica boasts a huge 3-litre water tank. Access is from the top and it's effortlessly removable and leaves plenty of space left over to be warming your cups up. Then at the other end of this water supply, you similarly have a generously deep drip tray where it's easily removed so you can empty this out, wipe it out, and go again. Inside the machine, you'll find a 2-litre copper and brass heat exchanging boiler. This heats up quickly between shots, so you can go back to back quite efficiently, and it's also fast to heat up of a morning. And being a heat exchanging machine, you can also brew espresso and steam milk at the same time. At the front of the machine, you've got a separate hot water tap, and this is volume programmable. The steam wand, this is controlled using a small lever where you can tap it on and off or flick it up to keep it on. That steam wand uses a 4-hole steam tip, which is just delicious for getting that cafe quality velvet textured milk, and there is plenty of power behind the Musica. You can keep an eye on this power from the steam pressure gauge found underneath the water tap. Taking a look at the control panel, there are 2 lights up top. One is for your low water in the water tank, and the other lets you know when the boiler is actively heating up. Now, you don't want to begin using this machine if either of these lights are turned on. Next to this, you have your hot water button. Then you have 3 brew buttons. Now 2 of these are volume programmable, referred to as a single and a double brew button. Personally, I like to program the single button as a short, sharp purge of the group head so I can keep everything nice and clean after every shot, and then I'm programming the double button for a double espresso. The middle button is your on and off manually of the group head, and then lastly, you have an on and off button to the machine, as well as there being an additional switch at the back of the machine. But let's be honest here, it's volumetric brewing that we all want to know about. What is volumetric brewing and how is it going to help me from day to day? Well, it makes coffee brewing less complicated. And essentially this machine here can be programmed so you just have to push this button once, and then the machine will brew the ideal amount of espresso out into your cup every time and then stop the shot automatically. Whereas most other semi-commercial home coffee machines, you have to start the shot and then wait around to stop the shot once it reaches the right amount. So having volumetric brewing adds a layer of consistency to your coffee brewing every morning, where it speeds up the workflow. And if more than one person is using the machine, say placing the Musica in an office environment, training to brew great espresso just got so much less complicated. Now, basically, you should only need to program the Musica once, and then it's going to keep this program saved even if the machine has been turned off and on again. And programming itself, if you do want it to work best for you, it does mean you will need to run through a couple of espresso shots manually first. These in order for you to adjust your grinder and also dial your espresso in before you go ahead and program these buttons. So once you have your coffee dialed in, hold down the manual brew button for 5 seconds until all the buttons start flashing. With a full dose of coffee in your basket and then tamped, lock it into the group head, then press the button you want to be programming. And we're going to press it again once we reach our desired amount of coffee out. And though programming doesn't rely on using scales, having some coffee scales during espresso extraction does help with accuracy. When we reach our target, press the same button to stop the shot, and then we've effectively programmed that button, and then you're done. So from here, I'm just going to quickly program brew button 1 to be that purge button. There we go. And then I might just program the water tap to dispense the perfect amount of hot water into my favorite cup that I enjoy long blacks with, so it will dispense this every time. Perfect. So once done, press the on and off button to leave the programming mode. And now I would just go over the programs to ensure that they saved correctly. Purge works just fine. Hot water works great too. And now the finale. Drum roll please. Now, there's also additional helpful programming where it locks the brew buttons so they can't accidentally be reprogrammed, which is great if multiple people are using the machine. You can dim down these brew buttons, as well as turning on and off a pre-infusion feature with the Musica. Now, by default, this is turned off, but of course is an awesome feature to use, and it will add an extra dimension to your espresso extraction. But I do hear what you're all saying. What about the latte? So with the machine all ready to go and programmed, you simply need to add a loaded portafilter into the group head, press the programmed brew button, and whilst it's brewing, you can begin steaming that milk for a yummy latte straight away. So the accessories you get with the Musica are 2 spouted portafilters, a single and a double, both with their own filter baskets. You also get a metal blind filter basket, and you use this to clean that machine by back flushing it every day with water and then adding chemical at least once a week. Then there's your standard but fairly useless plastic tamp and scoop. These should be replaced with better ones when you purchase the machine. Now the look of the Musica is quite unique comparing it to other machines, though it is still an all stainless steel body. The Luxe model of course comes with the lights that you can turn on and off independently, and the black model, identical in every way, except without the lights it has a black strip running down the side instead. And the machine measures 40 centimeters high, 30 centimeters wide, and 41 centimeters deep. And that's the Nuova Simonelli Musica for you. Now the Musica claims 2 out of the big 4 tickets to have on a home espresso machine, but you would be paying an absolute premium for a dual boiler that's PID controlled with a rotary pump and volumetric brewing. And to think about it, there really isn't that many machines with all 4. Now, I've never had any concerns with the temperature stability of the Musica, so having a PID, it's a luxury that's not critical. It's not a dual boiler, but as a heat exchanger machine, it will still brew and steam milk at the same time. So unless you're looking for a machine with complete manual temperature control, or you want to pump out more than 100 coffees of a morning, the Nuova Simonelli Musica, it is a great choice for those who want the improved espresso workflow and consistency, because it has it beyond that of most other machines. So if you have any further questions on the NS Musica, add them in the comments section down below and we'll get straight back to you. Thanks for watching to the end of this video, and we'll see you in the next one.